Okay, we're going to be playing around with GarageBand. We're going to be making a little song. So let's open it up, and you'll have one of two things will happen. Either a song that's already been started will come up like this, or you'll have a window come up, and that will ask you if you want to do a new composition, a podcast, etc. So if you do have somebody else's song come up like this, it's easy enough just to go new, and then you have the little window come up where you have the different options. So let's do a new music project, and then you have more options. And here we'll be asked about tempo. 120 beats per minute is pretty standard. You can go faster than that if you want a quicker tempo or slower, depending on what you're using your music for. Time, 4/4 is standard time. Most rock and roll, most just regular old-fashioned music's 4/4. 3/4 is waltz time at dun 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 to sound. Then you have a little 2/2 gives you a little brisker kind of sound to it, and then you can have a more laid-back jazzy 6/8. All those. I wouldn't suggest that you vary too much from 4/4 unless you know what you're doing. Same thing with key. If you say you're playing a trumpet and you want everything to be in G, sure, you can do that. Or if you know exactly what key you want, then you probably know enough about music to be able to choose one of these. However, a little caution. You're limiting yourself. Most of the loops are going to be in standard times like C and F. So try not to vary just for fun. Just because you want to do it, to vary that. Major or minor, that's a pretty easy choice. Most music's going to be major unless it's really sad music. If you want a sad song, go to minor. And call it something besides my song. And we'll call this one Garage. That way we'll be able to find our song again. Notice this tag here is band for GarageBand. This is not the music yet. This is the actual application. And you're not going to be able to use this in your movies or your projects. You'll need to actually export it as a AIFF file or some other sort of music file. So we'll create that. And here's our default window. We have a little keyboard, and that's certainly going to be tedious to play like that. You're not going to really be able to play like that. You can play with the keys on the keyboard if you want to do that. I've had a student who liked to do that, but once again, that's not really easy to do, even if you're an accomplished pianist. So we'll get rid of that. If you have a analog digital converter box, definitely that's a good thing to plug in right now. You can play your guitar, your keyboard, whatever in that, but fortunately we don't have one of those to play with right now. Leave this track up here, then I'll explain to you later why. We'll click on here on the little eyeball. I always suggest pulling that up, then you'll get to see a little bit more of choice. And here is your reset button. Whenever you choose something, you'll notice a lot of other instruments are going to gray out. That means if you do guitars, they're going to assume, well, you're going to be doing either some sort of country thing or rock thing, or you're probably not going to use a lot of bongos or whatever. But if you're like me, you like a little more control of that, so each time you choose something and you want to go back, you can always reset, and that will take it back. I suggest for novices we start out with some sort of percussion. That would be drums, drum sets, something like that, some sort of beat. So let's just choose drum kit. And here we have two different color icons. We have little notes and then we have look like sound waves. These little notes are made in the computer. They are synthesized sounds and they're digital. And the others are actually recorded beats and recorded loops. Huge difference. You can change these around. You can't change these. And I'll show you in a minute how that works. But the other thing is I said keep the grand piano up here. The cool thing about beats, you can just drag those up, drop them, and strangely enough, a beat will be changed into a piano beat. And that is useful sometimes, but not right for what we're doing. So let's choose some sort of beat we want. And I like these. So let's choose these. It's pretty much easy as dragging it up here, and you'll get your own track will be created as soon as you drop that up there. And you don't want to get tedious, so let's kind of play around. Put some of these up in here. Hopefully they go together. And once you get your basic track, you can copy that and just loop it over and over again. And you want to make it sort of fade in and out. So that's relatively easy to do. We just click on this little arrow here. And to make it fade in, we'll click here, pull it down, and it fades slowly in. And you can weave your music in and out. And that's probably enough of that. Let's put one of those in there. And maybe weave it back out again. Keep your little song maybe 30 seconds or something like that. So I want to take and end it. Copy that again and paste it here. And then once again we want to at the end fade it out. So there's our music track so far. You can make it longer, shorter, so you can see sort of what we're doing. And I like to play bass, so I'm going to put bass guitar in there. We don't have to worry about what key we're in because we're just percussion so far. And let's keep it. Notice if we take this up to where the grand piano is, nothing happens. That's because it's an analog or it's an instrument. It's not beats. And you'll see here, these little lines are the actual notes. Okay, and we can pull these out too and get the same one to repeat. Get that one there. And copy. And paste that one. And just like you're jamming, you want to get in a groove. Let's get things kind of going on this groove. And we want to fade them in and out. So maybe we want to fade this out and then fade it back in, kind of thing. I'm thinking I probably want some sort of instrument coming in here in the middle. And we'll check and see what it sounds like. And now we're ready. We can lay out some sort of song now. We're in the key of C. So we want to look around. There's something in the key of C. So let's lay this up here. Once this comes in, there we go. So now we have our track here. Let's boost this up a little bit and boost these down. Oh, that's a okay. Let's see how this sounds. Okay. Okay. And I like the sound of that one. I don't like the sound of those. Our bass is a little loud. Bass players tend to do that. They make their own. The bass a little loud. So let's take that one down. And I can't talk enough about weaving, how we want to weave music in and out. So now we have this. It's kind of interesting. We double click on one of these and we can change, like I said before, we can change these. And so if we play this one, we can move these around. And give it a fuller sound by moving these around also. and playing with those. And here are your notes. Yeah, I'm in the key of C, so probably want to go up 1, 2, till I get to a C. And then I can move this one over here and do a G. Chord. Expand that out. And keep doing that. We can do all kinds of fun things. We can do harmonies with thirds and play with pitch, everything with that. And that's how you can use the digital part of this. You can't do that with the analog. The bass, this is analog. These are waves, sound waves. If I click on that, I can't really do anything with that. I'm stuck with what I have. So there you go. When you're done, you take this and you export it by doing share. And I would send it to iTunes. And there's our song. And so now that we have our song, I'm going to take that over here. And it automatically saves as a AIF file. With that AIF file, you can save that in a web page. So we'll open up a Go Live. And there we go. I would suggest that you actually do it in oops, in a file that, here we go, auto start. Take auto start off. Don't loop it, and then you'll give the person a choice of if they want to listen to your music or not. And so save your page as GarageBand HTML, and make sure you do a link to it, and that's all it is. And that is an introduction to GarageBand.